Stefon Diggs goes dark as Cardi B exposes the truth behind the deleted post after stage rant. What if I told you that one NFL wide receiver going completely silent on social media and one of rap's most unfiltered queens going absolutely nuclear online are somehow connected? Not by a record deal, not by a collab, not even by the same time zone, but connected by that one currency that rules Hollywood, the music industry, and professional sports all at once: drama. Cold, uncut, premium-grade drama. And today, Celebrity Watchdog is sniffing every inch of it. Quick favor before we go any further. If you are loving this kind of content, hit that subscribe button right now. Over 92% of viewers have not subscribed yet, and that is genuinely criminal. It is free, takes about 1 second, and it means the world to us. Go ahead and smack that notification bell too, so you never miss when we drop another one of these, okay? Okay, now back to the show. So, let us set the stage, pun absolutely intended. Stefon Diggs, the former Buffalo Bills and Houston Texans wide receiver, who has had more turbulent chapters than a best-selling thriller novel, has gone dark. And when someone with Diggs' kind of following and history suddenly drops off the face of the internet, people pay attention. Because in celebrity culture, silence is never actually quiet. Silence screams. Silence is a whole press conference without a microphone. Now, who is Stefon Diggs? For those of you who just stumbled onto this channel from a cooking video, welcome. You are now in the deep end. Stefon Diggs is one of the most talented pass catchers to ever play in the NFL. We are talking about a guy who made the Minneapolis Miracle happen, a walk-off touchdown that sent an entire state into cardiac arrest. We are talking about back-to-back 1,000-yard seasons in Buffalo, a man who wore his heart, his frustrations, and honestly his entire personality on the sleeve of his jersey every single week. But talent and turbulence, those two have always been roommates in Diggs' story. His relationship with the Buffalo Bills front office became one of the worst-kept secrets in professional football. Sideline frustration, reported disagreements, trade whispers that grew louder than stadium noise until the inevitable trade to the Houston Texans happened. And then, disaster. A torn ACL in the early part of the season that basically erased what should have been a fresh start. And now, radio silence on social media. No posts, no stories, no cryptic quotes, nothing. Here's why that matters. Stefon Diggs built his public persona partly through social media authenticity. This is a man who does not hide feelings well, and for a long time he didn't try to. So when someone like that suddenly goes completely dark, the internet starts writing the story for him. And trust me, the internet is not kind when it is left unsupervised with a storyline. Rumors have been swirling about everything from his mental health to his future in the league to relationship drama behind the scenes. Some corners of the internet went as far as to question whether his career was effectively over before he ever got a real chance in Houston. Others speculated he was going dark intentionally, pulling back to reset, to recalibrate, to come back with something. You know, the classic celebrity disappearing act, where they vanish only to reappear 3 months later looking unbothered, glowing, and wearing something wildly expensive. But here is where the plot thickens like a 3-day-old smoothie left in a warm car.
Enter Cardi B. Because of course she did. Now, if you thought we were just going to talk about a quiet NFL receiver and leave it there, you do not know Celebrity Watchdog. We chase threads. And this thread leads straight to one of the most entertaining, most explosive, and most unapologetically real celebrities on planet Earth. Cardi B had her own storm brewing, and it was a loud one. The Bronx rapper, who has never once in her entire public life been accused of holding back, found herself at the center of a social media firestorm that started, where else? On stage. During a performance that fans had been hyped about for weeks, Cardi B reportedly stopped the show to address something that had been eating at her. This was not your average between-song crowd interaction. This was a full-on, mic in hand, let me tell you something moment that had the audience frozen, phones raised, recording every word. The details of exactly what was said depend on who you ask and which version of the video you caught before certain clips started disappearing from timelines. But the core of it? Cardi was addressing what she described as deliberate lies being spread about her, specifically targeting her character, her business, and her personal life. And she did not mutter it quietly into the monitor speakers. She announced it like a fire alarm. Then came the deleted post. After the stage rant, Cardi B took to social media and posted something that apparently went into significantly more detail about the situation she was referring to. Names, receipts, context. The kind of post that makes your thumb hover over the screenshot button immediately because you just know, it is not going to stay up long. And right on schedule, it did not. The post was deleted, gone, vanished faster than a celebrity apology after a bad joke. And as always, the internet saw it, screenshotted it, discussed it, argued about it,
turned it into approximately 400,000 quote tweets and twice as many opinions. Now here is where Celebrity Watchdog puts on the detective hat, because this is where it gets genuinely interesting. What exactly did Cardi say in that post? Based on what circulated before the delete, she appeared to be calling out what she perceived as coordinated attacks on her image, pushed by people she felt were either directly connected to or being amplified by figures in the sports and entertainment world. Without pointing fingers at specific verified individuals, the post hinted at the kind of toxic overlap between celebrity circles, where gossip becomes weaponized, where a rumor started in one industry gets carried like a baton into another, passed hand to hand until it lands somewhere public and dangerous. Do we know for certain that this was directly connected to the Diggs situation? No, absolutely not. And Celebrity Watchdog is not in the business of connecting dots that are not clearly in the same picture. What we are in the business of is giving you the full landscape so you can see what everyone else is seeing and decide for yourself. But here's the thing, the timing is doing a lot of heavy lifting right now. Diggs goes dark, Cardi explodes on stage and drops a post that she immediately pulls back. Social media lights up connecting the two in the most creative ways imaginable. And now every entertainment reporter, every gossip page, and every single person with a podcast and a ring light is throwing theories at the wall. What we know for certain is this: Cardi B does not do accidents. That woman has the self-awareness of someone who has been burned by the court of public opinion before and learned exactly how fire works. When she posts something and then deletes it, that is a choice. Whether the choice was to protect herself legally, to dial back something said in a moment of heat, or to simply bait the internet into talking, mission accomplished on all three counts, by the way, the move was deliberate. And Stefon Diggs' silence? Also a choice. The man is a professional athlete with a team, agents, PR advisors, and a brand. You do not just accidentally stop posting. You stop posting because someone around you or you yourself decides the noise is not worth engaging. Here is the deeper conversation that nobody is really having loudly enough, though. Both of these situations point to something bigger. We live in a moment where celebrity and athlete culture are more intertwined than ever before. Social media collapsed the wall between the sports world and the entertainment world a long time ago. Players date singers, rappers own sports teams. Everyone is posting at the same party and getting photographed by the same accounts. And when conflict happens in that world, it plays out in public, messily, loudly, and without a script. The delete button has become the modern celebrity's white flag, except it's not really a surrender. It's more like a pause, a strategic retreat to gather forces before the next move. Because in this world, there is always a next move. The real question right now is, what does Stefon Diggs do next? His silence cannot last forever. Athletes who go quiet for too long either come back with a statement, a trade, a new team announcement, or they do not come back at all. And everything about Diggs' career arc suggests he's not someone who goes gently into that good night. He has too much to prove, he has too much talent for the story to just end with an injury and a faded Instagram presence. And Cardi? She'll be back. She has never once lost a round in the social media arena long term. She comes back louder, sharper, better dressed, and somehow even more compelling every single time. That deleted post is not the end of the story. It's a cliffhanger, and she knows exactly what she's doing. Celebrity Watchdog will be watching every corner of this because this story has legs, ironically, unlike the ACL situation that put Diggs on the sideline. Too soon? Maybe, slightly. We stand by it. Thank you so much for watching. We genuinely appreciate every one of you showing up for this. See you in the next one.